Welcome to Jen's Whole Health with Jennifer Peters. Today we are going to talk about my 5 best tips for improving your sleep. Sleep is incredibly important to our health and well-being, and it's one of the first things that we should work on when we are trying to improve our health or to lose weight or to reduce our stress. Sleep is the cleansing cycle for our bodies and our brains, and it impacts every part of our life. So, tip number 1 is to work on improving your circadian clock. We all have a clock inside of us, a 24-hour clock, that tells our bodies to release certain chemicals that help us wake up in the mornings and certain chemicals at night that help us to fall asleep and stay asleep. And with modern life, with all of the electricity in our homes, with the screens that we stare at, we can really mess up our circadian clock. So tip number 1 is to get morning sunlight. Every morning as the sun comes up over the horizon, those rays of sun enter into our eyes and they trigger our circadian clock that it's time to wake up and be alert. So tip number 1 is get outside early in the morning and get that daily sunlight. You can also do this at night as the sun is setting to tell our brains and to start releasing those chemicals that help us to fall asleep. Tip number 2 is to take a hot bath. A hot bath or a hot shower tells our body that it's time to relax, and it can also affect our body temperature in a way that helps us to fall asleep better and faster. Tip number 3 is to turn off the TV, turn off the screens, and give your brain a couple of hours without that stimulating activity. There's also the problem with the blue light from our screens that can impact our body's melatonin production. So turning off our screens and allowing our brains to start to decompress and slow down, that will help with your sleep. Tip number 4 is to make your sleeping space conducive to good sleep. The way you can do that is by making it dark and cool. Those are 2 things that really help to improve sleep, and having a cool space and no external lights. So if you have alarm clocks or monitors that have blue glowing lights, things like that, you want to reduce all that, and that should help with your sleep. And tip number 5 is to work on your sleep routine. So you want to be going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, weekends or not. That helps your body to get into a routine of knowing when it should be alert and when it should be starting to shut down. So build a bedtime routine, and that should help. There is a book that I read recently called Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker, and it is a fascinating look at sleep science and where we've come over the last couple of decades in learning what happens while we sleep and why we're sleeping. So if that's something that fascinates you, go ahead and get that book and check it out. It's really good. And until then, sleep well, my friends.